we had. Oh, we just need one more. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, Clinty. Oh, okay. I'm ready to learn. You ready to learn, Clinty? Oh, oh, welcome in, welcome in. Well, we definitely gonna get into it. Welcome in. Make sure you always have your opinion. But thank you so much. I think, yep, the ice cream cone. Thank you so much, Clinty. Well, we're gonna be talking about good debt versus bad debt. That is the topic tonight. Oh, Shawn, you watched my live for over 100 minutes. Okay. Did you just start? I did just start, you guys. I sure did. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. You guys are right on time. I just started. I was just sharing out the live. So your girl's a little late. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long day. But we are here though. We are definitely here. Welcome in everybody watching on the Book of Faces and YouTube and also TikTok. Truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. And again, tonight's topic we're going to be talking about is good debt versus bad debt. Okay, so is it like, dag, is it really good debt? There's some good debt for sure. It is. It definitely is. Thank you so much, friend, for sharing out the live. Truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. So yes, that's what we're gonna be talking. Do you know the difference? Good debt versus bad debt, and do you know the difference? Is it like, dang, I thought all debt was bad? Did you put up? Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. Did you think that I recorded the last topic last night and I kept watching it? Did you, Clinty? Oh, you recorded it. Yep. Oh, you did, friend. Okay. I'll be watching a recording sometime too, and I'll be like, oh, I feel like it's cringy for the creator. Like, oh man, I keep, forgetting my words. What was I trying to say? I definitely know the difference. Oh, friend, you know the difference. Yes. I think, most people don't know the difference, but plenty. I'm like, man, I be thinking like watching a replay and I'm like, dad, what was I trying to say? Screen recording is on. Look at y'all. Y'all making me nervous now. I printed out my heart. Okay, you printed out the savings challenge. So super excited, you guys. I'm like so excited to be put some money in our savings challenge. So if you did not go download the free um material for the savings challenge, it is in the bio, y'all. Yes, we are so ready for the day. Clinty, you said we ready for the day. Yes. Okay. You stuck. Are you stuck on like the savings challenge? Or let me know. So I forgot to tell you, I put away $50 in the savings challenge. Oh, nice, friend. That's good. Yes, you put 50. Yes, love it, love it, love it, you guys. Okay. I don't know if we could screen record the chat be moving fast. I know the glow, welcome in, friend, welcome in. I know the chat do be moving. The chat be going, y'all. It definitely do. Y'all making me nervous. Screen record. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Glow, for your heart, me friend. Welcome in, welcome in. Again, truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Hey, friend, welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate it, Juan. Thank you so much for the follow. And you guys be oh, you help with the flash goal, friend. Look, the ice cream cone. I think we made it. Yes, thank you so much for the heart. The insurance came and I didn't even know the due date. Oh, friend, we definitely gotta talk. We definitely gotta talk. So we gonna get you together. But I just always like to introduce myself. I feel like there's a lot of new people in the room. My name is Janine. I am a financial coach, so I help moms get out of debt, save money, and get on a budget. So I talk about all things personal finances with a faith-based approach. So hello, friend. Hello. So and I would say my specialty is healthcare moms. I did thank you so much for the crown, friend. I didn't cash. Let me see what you say. Hold on. I didn't cash my check yet from 1213. Waiting to start the challenge Friday. Love that, Jimmy. Yes. Okay, friend. So super excited, you guys. Listen, I'm calculating. I already got, I paid y'all. So I'm like, oh, I know exactly how much I'm gonna save. So I'm gonna be saving right with y'all. When I tell you, after watching you last night, right over, I transferred some money to my savings. Yes, y'all. That's what we want. That's what we want. How was your day? It was good. It was long. That's what we want, Clinty. They will increase the price for the first time if they didn't receive their money to the account. Okay. Yes, that's what we want. Listen, you want to be able to surround yourself with positive people that we're all doing this together. That's going to motivate you. Like, you know what? After this, because y'all motivate me too. I'm like, it's so crazy. I'm like, all right, let me do this. I can't wait to save. I can't wait to tell my community how much I'm saving. And it's like, it becomes so exciting. It's like when you're doing it by yourself, you guys, it's kind of like, oh, it's boring and I don't feel like doing it. But when you're doing it with a group of people, we all have the same goals. I'm telling you, so it's just like me, and it kind of just gives you so much, excitement. So I'm truly excited for all of you guys. I can't wait to like our little things be filled up. Like Janine, I saved this much, or I'm finished this one and I'm on to the next. Listen, I can't wait. And maybe I'll collectively do like, our community, we saved over $10,000 together. Maybe I'll have a prize for, the person that maybe saved the most. So I'm thinking about it. I got some things for y'all. Definitely got some things for y'all coming up. So again, truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. So as you guys know, the format of the room of the class, right? People are like, oh, what did we learn today? I usually start with some engagement questions, you guys, as y'all know. Try to, and I'm aware of you guys' time. So I always start to have a couple engagement questions, and then I'll have 3 points. So just to kind of give you guys time. Super fan, Keish, welcome in, welcome in. And you know what, you guys, she reminded me. Listen, if you have had value in my room, hey Keish, hey friend, miss you, girl. Did someone say prize? I sure did, Tishon. Okay. Sure did. Now, this is the thing, you guys. I am going to start it a little different. If you guys have gotten value, right, in my room, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pin it. I knew I had hope by joining you. Yes. If you guys have gotten value in my room, and you want to become a super fan, I am trying to, increase my super fans. If you guys, want to get the first access before I go live, to have the topic so you can know, think about becoming a super fan. I do not, have I don't calculate the prices. It's $9.99 a month. And I will probably, when we get to like 10 super fans, I will probably be doing like super fan only lives. So it's something that you guys can think about, more access to me. So if you want to become a super fan, it's $9.99. And that, just think about it. You joined my fan club for 1 month. Oh, Frank, congratulations. Miss Love, welcome in, welcome in. All right. So y'all ready for the engagement questions, you guys? And again, tonight's topic we're going to talk about is good debt versus bad debt. Okay. So first question I have, you guys, when you hear the word debt, what feelings comes up first? Is it peace or stress? Put it in the chat. Hello, Gabrielle. Hello. When you hear the word debt, what feeling comes up first, peace or stress? Coach Chantel, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Stress. Thank you so much for your daily heartbeat. Stress, negative. Oh, thank you so much for the shares, friend. Truly appreciate you. Oh, everybody says stress and negative when you hear the word debt. Thank you so much for the part. Stress and garnishment. I'm paying. Oh, Bree. Oh, friend. Yes. Oh man, yes. And I know that garnishment is hard. Income thief. Yes. Yes. Okay, you guys. Okay. All right. So y'all saying, yeah. I feel like I don't think about, when I think about debt as well, I don't think of peace either. I'm like, no, I don't think of peace. So it's okay, good. All right, you guys. So, okay. Let me see. What is the next question? So drop a credit card in the chat if you have credit card debt. Drop a house in the chat if you have a mortgage, and drop books in the chat if you have student loans. So let me know. Keish, thank you so much for the 2026s. So if you have credit card debt, drop credit cards in here. Or if you have a mortgage, student loans, credit. Okay, listen, if I was in the chat, you guys, I will be dropping the mortgage. I will be dropping down the student loans, and I will be dropping down the credit card debt. Listen, your girl got all of the passive income. Welcome in for welcome in. Listen, your girl got all. Okay, so I am literally all putting it all in the chat. Welcome in from Siberia. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Hey, passive income. Welcome in, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. You came at the right time. We are just really starting. Okay. So, okay, y'all, listen. Okay. Let's see. So, the next question, you guys, is have you ever avoided checking your have you ever avoided checking your balance because it felt overwhelming? Yes or no? Or also not even just your balance, but like the balance on your debt. Hello. Oh, I was like, I'm looking at. So, have you ever avoided looking at the balance on your debt, whether it's credit cards, whether it's student loans, whether it's your mortgage, whether, any type of debt, payday loans? Have you ever avoided looking at the balance? I am going to say yes, 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 and yes. Okay. Yo, I'm literally looked at my student loan balance today, y'all, and I'm like, woo, yes. So I am definitely going to say yes, 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 yes. I used to until I figured out how easy it is to pay it down. Yes, hey, yes, okay, okay. So I feel like I've kind of really not really asked this, but I would ask the next question: do you believe that all debt is bad? But y'all kind of just said I went from 250K to 50K. Yo, that right there, friends, congratulations. So Sean said she went from 250K in debt to 50, not including her mortgage. So that is like, listen, y'all, if that doesn't give you hope, it should. Oh my gosh. Wow, exactly. Like what? She said 250K down to 50, y'all. What? She is killing it over there. Which Coach Chantel, thank you so much for becoming the title gifter of the finger heart. Stacy, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. So, do you believe all debt is bad debt? I know that we when we think about that, we said that negativity, but do you believe that all debt is bad? No. Okay, let me know in the chat, you guys. You believe like yes, I think all debt is bad. Oh, Rose, yes, y'all think all debt is bad. Oh, I'm gonna step on some toes tonight if y'all think all debt is bad. I'm definitely gonna step on some toes, y'all. No. Oh, God's favorite. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just gonna say, you guys, I know when you think about that, you're like, oh man, like it's step on some toes. I definitely am, and again, that's why the engagement questions, because I'm like trying to figure out like where you guys are, how you kind of think about things. So that is very good. Okay. And I feel like most people would think about, right, all debt is bad, but I'm here to kind of just change that mindset, or maybe kind of push against it a little bit, and so a couple things, okay, you guys. And I think okay, so let's say it. Okay, I think the last question. No, I think that was the last question, y'all. Yeah, that was the last question. Let me see. I'm in my Dave Ramsey voice. I know, Rose, for sure. Dave Ramsey. He's like, yeah, no, all debt is bad for sure. No, for sure, for sure. All right, you guys. So the first point I'm going to say, and we're going to talk about what people call good debt. We just going to dive right into it, y'all. What they call good debt? Like, can good and debt go in the same sentence, y'all? Because y'all like this negative. Can good and debt go in the same sentence? And I'm gonna tell you, it can. Right? Jump into it. Yes, we just gonna jump into it for sure, for sure. Now, yep, for sure. So I think I want you guys to think about when you think about, because it gave me like a little when I was researching this, it gives you like a little it gives you a article, like it's just a sheet on like good debt versus bad debt. So when you think about good debt, right, I want you to think about the debt. Welcome in, DJ, welcome in. Good debt that helps you build stability, right? So when I know you're like, wait a minute, debt, but we talking about the good one, right? It's going to help you build stability. It has lower interest. Now I know it ain't interest free, y'all, but it has lower interest, and it's tied to something long term. So I'm wondering if y'all understand probably what I'm saying. And it has a purpose or plan behind it. Oh, yep, there we are. You, Tisha, you right on a friend, right? So you like, well, wait a minute. Yup, here y'all go. Yup, y'all putting it in the chat. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down for sure, right? So again, and I know people are like, can good that, and I know people are like, I would say also, right? Mortgages is definitely number one. We just gonna start there real quick, y'all. Good debt. We're gonna say the mortgage, absolutely. And let's talk about it. Why is mortgage a good debt? Student loans. Now, y'all know I feel a way about student loans, but we're going to get into why I will say sometimes student loans can be a good debt. And I'm going to tell you why. I know. I'm going to tell you why, because I'm like, oh my God, student loan, no. But I'm going to tell you why. Yes. So we just going to start with the mortgage debt. Why is mortgage debt a good debt? I want you guys to put in the chat before I say it. Why do you think mortgage debt is a good debt? Let me know. Seed money to start a business. Let me know. Do you know why I'm saying that mortgage? Because the house turns into equity. Listen, we should have another financial coach. He's answered all the questions in the chat for the chat. Ownership. Yes. Yes. Y'all know it. See, y'all know it, right? I know what. Yes. I'm sorry. No. No, I love it. No, seriously. Ownership, you guys. Listen. And I know people are like, again, I'm quiet. No, don't be quiet. No, I love it. I love it. Um, exactly. Listen, you guys, when you think about a mortgage, right? And even though a mortgage is is probably the largest debt you will ever have, right? It's the largest debt you will ever have. But one of the things that I want you guys to think about, and I think house is an asset. Absolutely. Every time that you pay that mortgage, every time that you upgrade your house, every time that you do anything to the house, I want you to think of a ROI, right? And in the financial world, they use it, meaning return on your investment. So if you are upgrading your house, if you are doing, anything to the house, you're adding value to the house. And for real, you guys, depending, if you don't even upgrade the house, your house is still going up in equity just living there, right? You're not going to pay the same price for the house that when you bought it a year from now, 2 years from now. Now, again, the longer that you're in it, the equity goes up, right? I have over 200K equity, 200K in equity. Absolutely. I was about to say, you guys, in my house, I've been in my house 3 years. Now I am in a, the suburb area. And when they've been building houses around me. And every time they build around me and they increase the prices of the new builds, ours increase as well, right? So, I have around the same equity as well. So, again, when you think about, I know that mortgages, is basically your highest, debt that you probably will ever have. Low cost than renting. Exactly. And then I know people are like, renting is, throwing your money away, but I feel like it really depends on the season you are and really your goals. I wouldn't say like, oh, no to renting, but I will say, the longer goals is, to have ownership, right? To have properties and investments that you can leave down for your children. I'll be so happy when the house go on sale in my neighborhood. Equity raises every time. Exactly. So even though I know you guys thinking about negative, when it comes down to the word debt, there is still good debt, and the mortgage is definitely one of them. And then also too, you guys, like you think about, because sometimes people like if you stay in a house for like 5 years and you maintain it, all of the equity in a house, when you sell it, you're getting a check for that. Okay. I'm telling you guys. And if you're selling it more, I remember when I sold my first house, I was in it for 15 years. I upgraded the bathroom, did all of the things to it. The check probably was the most money I ever seen. I was like, whew, okay. So these are the things that I want you to think about. So that payment that I've been paying all that time for those 15 years, did definitely a ROI, because I was able to sell the house 2 times is what I bought it for, right? So again, renting is good if you aren't ready for ownership. Exactly. Tijon, when I tell you exactly, absolutely. So definitely, you guys, when it comes down to mortgages, that's definitely in the category of good debt. Okay. Now let's get into I feel like the controversy topic, car loan, or some people just don't want the responsibility of a house. Keish, I get it. And that's what I'm saying. Home ownership does not necessarily mean it has to be for everybody. Renting doesn't necessarily like you have to, have a home. Everybody's situation is different, right? Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's goals is different. Just go ahead and invest their money on other places. Exactly. But I will say, that buying a home, getting a mortgage is an investment, and it will be in that bucket of the good debt for sure, for sure, for sure. Here's the next one, y'all, and I just want to explain. Bridget, welcome in, you guys, welcome in. Thank you so much. And can you make sure you tap out the live, you guys, and share it out? Yes. Let me see. Where are we at? We at 16K. I got the little tapper on. I'm ready. Yes, friend. Yes. If you guys could tap it out, thank you so much. And if you guys can help me out with my goal, I think the goal are paper cranes, you guys. Lots of costs come with owning a home. It does. It does. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it and be like, oh, it's just great being a home ownership. Jenny, welcome in. Truly appreciate it. I'm tripping. Let me go get my tapper. Yes, let's get the tapper, you guys. Listen, and again, but being a live host, we truly appreciate. Yes, home ownership is crazy. Listen, y'all, I never forget, you guys, right? um when I first bought my house, I was 19. I was like young. I was like, I don't know anything about a house, none of that. I learned real quickly, y'all. Jenny, thank you so much for sharing out the live. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. I learned real quickly, y'all, when I first bought my house. Literally, I had just closed, super excited, 19, y'all, didn't know anything. I got my first ticket as a homeowner. The ticket was from the city of Philadelphia. My grass was too high. I guess the previous owners, the house was on the market on sale, and they didn't really cut the grass. The grass was too high, and they gave me a $350 ticket. I said, what? I just bought the house. Wait, like now I was the owner. Guess who got to pay the ticket? Your girl. Yeah. So I know home ownership ain't for the weak or the faint-hearted. Okay, listen. Okay, so I can tell you plenty of times, plenty of stories that I had for being a homeowner. So but it does have its benefits as well, y'all. I'm just saying. So everything has, ups and downs to it. Thank you so much for liking out the live, you guys. Wait, that was from the city or the HOA? It's from the city. It was from the city. Me too. Yeah, it was from the city because I wasn't living in HOA at the time. Yeah, the first house. No, it was from the city, and I remember it. For interest on the house is a tax write-off. For interest on the, yes, it is. Yes, interest on the house. I used to do it all the time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Improvement on the house depending on what you do as a tax write-off. Exactly. Write-off. Absolutely. So here's the second one, you guys. When we talk about good debt, and I know I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with student loans, but I do. But here's what I want you to think about, right? And I don't want you just to think about student loans, but I want you to think about if you take out like a personal loan for, let's just say, right? I'm gonna talk about, my career, because I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, how can I use the analogy? So I'm a medical coder. If anybody, ever know like a medical coder or whatever. So my program was like 2,500 or something like that with the books and everything like that. It probably ranged 3,000. So let's say you say, you know what? I don't have the money to be a medical coder, but I know that it's a good career and I want to do it. So let's say that you take out $3,000 to, which is, not technically the student loan, but let's just say you take out money and you go through the program, you pass and all that stuff like that. Now, here's what I would say that it makes sense. The ROI that you're going to get for taking out a small $3,000 loan to do the program is like 10x, because you're going to come out and you're going to make double or triple the 3,000 very quickly. But again, I will say, you guys, it really depends on the industry it depends on what you're, going back to school with. You got to do your research. Do I believe in, taking out the loans and everything for all of the careers? No, I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just and I would say to go the cheapest route you can. But I will say some of the like student loans are good debt. I can give you another example. I know one of my girlfriends, their husband went to a trade school and he took out a loan for $8,000 for trade school. Definitely go to scholarships and grants. Exactly. I would definitely say he took $8,000 out for trade school. He became an electrician. And when he first came out of school, finished it, as soon as he came out of school, he was making like $35 an hour, right? So that's an ROI. So that debt, that small debt that he took out to become, to get into the trades, it was definitely worth it. But again, like I said, you guys, it's very, you got to do your research when it comes down to the education, your careers, and make sure that it's the best investment, right? Make sure that you're going the cheapest route you can. So I will say I do have a love-hate relationship when it comes down to student loans, y'all. But some of them, some decisions when you are going back to school, and different industries that you're going into would be a good debt. And especially if you coming out and making sure you pay that debt off quickly, like very, very, very quickly. Remember me from last stream? No, I don't, friend. I don't, but welcome in, welcome in. We're talking about good debt versus bad debt, and we are on the student loans. So again, y'all, I have a love-hate relationship when it comes down to student loans. So the next one, which is a very good one, but I feel like it's kind of controversy too as well. The next one would be business-related debt. This is like a slippery slope, y'all. Okay, business-related debt. It is very like, wait a minute. I feel like when you take out debt for your business, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. And honestly, I feel like for this, you guys, it needs to be more of an established business. And again, this is just my personal opinion about it, because if it's a new business and you haven't, what is the word I'm looking for? You haven't really, how do I want to say it? Secure that the business will bring in revenue, right? If you haven't had a sufficient established business yet, how to be an established business? To have a certain like clientele. Gotta be established. Yes. Like I would say, for a new business, I wouldn't start it with debt. I'm telling you guys, I would not start it with debt, because that's what I was about to say. You have to have proof of concept, proof that you can build a profit off of the business. So if you are already starting the business and you go the debt, one of the top things that they say, like in the financial world, is the one thing that most small businesses don't survive is because, number one, the cash flow. They don't have enough revenue or money coming in to sustain the business. And two, their debt is usually higher than maybe their revenue. Our new business starting with funding. Yes, funding is right. So I would not recommend this for a new business, but an established business that's been having clients and understands the cash flow and understands, okay, if I invest in this equipment, if I do this, I know that the revenue is going to 2x, 3x it, then it's worth it to go in a business debt. So, but again, these are tricky things, y'all. I would not recommend it for like new entrepreneurs and you don't have an established concept or anything like that. I need those too. Yes, we all need the grants for sure. So again, these are like trickier ones. Yeah. Cause it's like, oh, I'm a new business, so I should just go. You really just, again, you don't have proof of concept. How do you know that somebody's going to pay you for your business? Or how do you know that you can scale it up to a level where, okay, somebody's going to pay me, but then I can scale it up enough to be able to justify the debt. So again, y'all, I know the good debt is like, I feel like the only one that is like a clear concept when it comes down to good debt would be the mortgage. honestly, because the student loan one, y'all, it's like, it's tricky. And so is the business one, y'all. So is the business one. So you got to be careful, making sure that you, are, really doing your research for the business debt and also the student loans. Do your research, you guys. So, in reference to the good debt, those, but here's what I would say to y'all: just because debt is called good doesn't mean it automatically feels good in your life. Oh, I'm just going to say that again. Just because debt is called good doesn't mean it automatically feels good in your life. If a mortgage, a student loan, or any other type of loan is causing constant anxiety for you, strain, or even pressure, we don't need to ignore that. Wisdom matters. So I'm just going to say that again. Even though I said, good debt, if it's bringing you anxiety and you're stressing about the payment and you're worrying about, different things, then we don't want to ignore that again, because we want to have peace when it comes down to our money, you guys. But I will say, when it comes down to good debt, there are some, options. So of course, we're gonna get to the bad debt, y'all. And I know the chat about to be chatting because we all know the bad debt, y'all. What is bad debt often do? Bad debt often does what? Has what? Often has high interest. We all know high interest, right? Interest sky high. I think that I have seen you guys on like some of those payday loans, and I think I've seen interest like over 30 some percent, which is honestly ridiculous. Those payday loans, y'all, like those like buy now, pay here things, they have the most highest interest rates I feel like I've ever seen. Be careful of them. Be careful of them, y'all. I'm just saying, be careful, be careful, be careful for sure. Also, too, when you think about bad debt, it's tied to consumption and not growth, right? So when you overconsume, right, the bad debt, what over consumption, right, and not growth. So remember, when we talked about good debt, we're talking about growth here, right? Growing in, with your education, growing in your job and your career, growing in, the mortgage, your equity, or growing your business. Those are growths when it comes down to good debt. Bad debt does the total opposite. Okay. Growth it grows faster than it shrinks. So the interest grows faster than it shrinks. Okay. And it keeps you in reaction mode instead of planning. It keeps you in reaction mode instead of planning. Phoenix, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. So you guys put in the chat some bad debt, which I know you guys already know. Put it in the chat. Name one bad debt, y'all. Name it. I know you guys know. Put it in the chat. What's some bad debt? Give me some examples. Let me know. Put it in the chat. What are some examples of bad debt? Let me know. Okay. Payday. Yes, I was waiting for that. Rose. Yes. They have the highest interest. Carolyn, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Payday. Yes. Payday, y'all. Woo. A payday loan. I'm just going to say it. Those are one of the most highest interest shopping sprees with credit cards. Shopping sprees with credit card. Well, we could just say credit cards, friend. We could just say that. Credit cards for real. Like shopping sprees though with credit cards, yeah. Yeah. But just, credit card payday loans, definitely. Yes. Now here's Afterpay. Oh, I knew I was going to hear that. Afterpay. Now here's the thing, y'all. Like, yes, Afterpay. But I get it. Sometimes you in buy here, pay here. Yes, Keish. I never used a payday loan. Thank goodness. They say that them payday loans have been keeping people poor, like keeping the poverty and lower class, because it's like once you get in that cycle of the payday loans, it's like people struggle tremendously to get out of it because they live on get now, pay later. Exactly. And they live on those payday loans, and they can't seem to get ahead, like, because obviously if they're doing a payday loan, they're doing it to be able to maintain themselves before their paycheck, and then by the time their paycheck, you're paying back the loans, and then it's half of it, and it's like this vicious cycle. And I feel like I've seen it, that people are struggling to get, well, like, I know I need the payday loan because I can't survive until my next check. And then when I do get my next check, the payday loan payment is coming out. So your next check is not your full next check because you're having so many payments go out. So it's like, well, how do I get out of this constant cycle? How do I get out of it? Because it's like you never fully receive your full amounts of your pay because you're constantly having these payments of the payday loans coming out. So it got to work double just to get one. I'm like, listen, I know when you in that like payday loan cycle and it's like, man, you got to really claw and dig, and you probably get, as Dave Ramsey said, you got to be on rice and beans. Okay, you got to be like, I cannot listen. We eating oodles and noodles, y'all. It got to be down to the bare bone, y'all. It got to be just to get you ahead. Yes, Keith's like, just to get you ahead and out of the cycle, right? Just to get you ahead and out of the cycle. So because the trap is like, it's a really hard trap. I see a lot of people, Sharnetta, welcome in. I see a lot of people struggle in that cycle. I do. I see a lot of people struggle because again, it's like they don't have enough to maintain themselves between the 2-week period, and then they don't get the full checks because the payments are coming out. I'm glad I didn't get into that. Woo, Keish. Listen, a lot of people, I'd rather not have instead of borrowing. Absolutely. They say, and this is definitely inspired by the big guru, you guys, Dave Ramsey, the borrower is slave to the lender. The borrower is slave to the lender. Okay. And that is so true when you think about it, right? When you just think about debt, you guys, and how much it robs us, right? That we are slave to these lenders. Like we're slaves, right? We got to sit up there and do extra hours. We got to commit our time. We have to, we stressed out. We have anxiety. We're like slaves, y'all, slaves. Okay. Because we done borrow all the way up to our eyeballs in debt. Always, it's just so much. And it's like, again, one of the hardest traps. It really is. It really is. But I want you guys to think about too, bad debt does not mean bad decisions. So much debt created, a lot of debt, I feel like for a lot of us, or is created when you're in survival seasons, when you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to, like, listen, I'm just trying to keep a roof over my head. And I'm just like, I'm in the thick of it. So I have to get a payday loan, or I have to do this, or I have to. And, so I want you to give yourself grace if this hits home for anyone, anybody. Okay. I know for me, like I had collected debt from being in a survival mode. And I will say I've also collected debt from living above my means as well. Right. It's been both. But sometimes I feel like, again, when I talk to people in different life, sometimes their debt comes from them just surviving and keeping their lights on. I was just about to say that. Yes. You and Mike Tyson is very similar profile. Oh, do we? Go on the debt. Just keep up with the Joneses. Yes. Just to look a certain way. Absolutely. Listen. Okay. Absolutely. And I'm gonna say your girl's guilty of it. I ain't gonna lie. Guilty of it for sure. For sure. So, and like I said, some people are in seasons where they're, again, just trying to keep the lights on. They trying to feed their family, that sometimes they have to have, swipe the credit card debt to, to get groceries, trying to get their life together. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're going through a separation. Maybe your income dropped. Maybe you're sick, y'all. Maybe you're sick and you can't work as much as you can. And now all of a sudden you got to rely on credit card debt. So just because we're talking about debt and the credit cards meaning debts, meaning bad, like there are seasons where you may have to use your credit cards. There are seasons in life where you like, I don't have no other way. And one of the things that I want to encourage you guys is one of the things that will help in those seasons is savings. I'm just going to say it, y'all. And I'm so glad that we are starting the savings challenge, because when you have some savings, when you have a cushion between you and life, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. You can get a cancer diagnosis, you can break your leg, your foot, whatever. When you have a cushion between you and life, then you are not going, into debt, as fast. You're sitting up there like, okay, I do have some savings. So I'm going to tell you guys, hands down, okay, don't beat yourself up when it comes down to, oh man, I got the debt. But I want you to say, listen, I do got debt, but I need to you got to make sure, hands down, you got the savings, y'all. You have to. And then we need to make sure that our savings is working for us, right? And I say this all the time, and I talked about this in my lives. How can our savings work for us? Make sure you're putting your savings into a high yield savings account. Make sure you're getting 3% or higher on your money, okay? Make sure you're trying to, one of the things I heard too is, I think it was a book that was called like The Automatic Millionaire or something. Make sure you're maybe automatically transferring money into it. Because sometimes you like, maybe I don't have the discipline to do it. You got to build your savings before your debt. Absolutely. Deshaun, I tell my clients this all the time. You have to have a cushion between you and life before you pay off any debt. Because you're going to constantly go in a cycle, because life is going to life. It definitely is. Miss Lisa, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. It's not even about if life is going to life. It's just going to be about when is it going to happen? So we want to be prepared as much as we can. So definitely, you guys, when it comes down, I know, bad debt, I want you guys to give yourself grace if you have the payday loans, if you've done all of the things, but I would definitely say make sure that we got to build up our savings. That's why we are starting the savings challenge, y'all, Friday. Okay, it is Wednesday. Get on board, y'all. Good evening, friend. Good evening. Welcome in. This is how the savings challenge. Make sure auto transfer to your savings is your bestie. It is. Thank you so much for the mermaids, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much. Yes, auto transfer is your best friend. Okay, but definitely. And remember, God doesn't look at your debit and, oh, thank you so much for the paper crane, friend. Thank you so much. Remember, God doesn't look at your debt and label you. He sees the season you were in. So thank God for his grace and his mercy, that he doesn't sit up there and condemn us because we're, maybe we haven't done right in reference to our finances, swiping the cards or living below our means. Just saying, I'm about to go live too. Oh, you just saying, you about to go live. I'll come in after yours. I love your live. Let's see. So you be cracking me up, friend. Definitely. But keep up. I see you going live a little more often. So yes, I love it. Yep. I definitely will pop in and say hi after I get off live. So good to see you. Truly appreciate you for being here. So yes, thank you, honey. Yes. We talking about good debt versus bad debt for sure. We were on the bad debt. So yes, thank God for his grace and his mercy, you guys, and that he still gives us the ability to be able to work on our debt, to be able to save, to keep pushing when we tired, when we don't feel like it, all of the things, you guys. So good debt versus bad debt. So the point number 3 would be the real difference, right? What's the real difference? Remember, I want you to think about good debt builds. So I want you to think about when it has the word good in front of debt, think of building something, building equity in a house, building a better career, when it comes down to the education, building a more profitable business. Building. I want you to think about good debt and how it can build for you. And when you when you think about bad debt, I want you to think of bad debt drains you. It drains you. Those payday loans, afterpays and stuff like that, it'll drain you. It'll drain you. It'll drain you. Right? So instead of is this good or bad, right? Instead of, when it comes down to debt, you guys, instead of you thinking, is this good debt or is this bad debt? I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Good debt elevates your life or knowledge? It does. Absolutely. Right? And then, like I said, also some good debt, think of the ROI, right? You say, you know what, if I invest in this and I do a small investment, how can this transform my life? If I sow this one seed, right? Because God said you only, what, faith as small as a mustard seed, right? So if you do a small investment into yourself, into your business, into your home, how can that triple X your life, right? How can it triple X? Like I said, you have to ask God for wisdom and discernment when it comes down to making these financial decisions. But like I said, I'm not anti, like, oh no, because I do believe that some things that you invest in will definitely change and transform your entire life, and it's worth the investment. Sow this one seed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, prime example, you guys, it's an investment to have a financial coach, right? I'm just going to say it. It's an investment to have a financial coach. But think about the investment and how it can transform your life. Because think about it, a financial coach, a financial advisor, it's like, oh, I know what, I'm in a tight season, right? I know but think about, and again, like I said, you guys, ROI, right? Okay, if I get my finances together, if I really invest, and again, make sure you're asking God for wisdom and discernment, because I know you guys being in this whole social media world, everybody's selling everything. I get it. Everybody's selling everything. Everybody got a course. Everybody the best financial coach, best financial advisor. Everybody's a coach. Everybody's a mindset. Everybody, all of that. So it's like, make sure that you ask God to show me discernment about this decision. Make sure. And then also too, one of the things, you guys, that I'm going to tell you is the key that you made a good decision is, when God blesses you, or, you make a decision, and you ask God to lead you, it brings you no sorrow, right? It brings you no sorrow. I paid for a financial coach for 6 months. Yes, Deshaun. Love it. Love it. Love it. So remember, right? If you make a decision to invest in yourself, if you make a decision to invest in your business, if you make a decision to invest in your house, or whatever the case may be, remember, if you ask God to align your financial decisions, it's not going to bring no sorrow to it. Now, it is people, everybody's not perfect, but for the most part, it should bring, more peace and clarity to your life, and again, it's like those things that you work with a financial coach with, if, again, and I'm really saying, I'm like, if they really, build the foundation with you, that should be like, because some people don't know, a lot about money, that foundation will carry you for the rest of your life. It will carry you for the rest of your life. Now, do you have to be this financial guru and know everything when it comes down to finances? No. But if you have the foundation, like prime example, I will always say, not only should you have a financial coach, making sure you help, getting your debt together, your savings, all that, you should have, and I'm going to say it again, you guys, you should have a financial advisor. Your girl's not a financial advisor. That's a whole nother different certification. It's a whole nother investment, but you should have it. It's a must, because a financial advisor is going to invest your money. The financial advisor is going to help you build your portfolio, long-term investment. What is it going to look like when you retire? How does that look like? What does your retirement investments look like? That's your financial advisor. That is a must. The financial coach is going to basically prepare you for the advisor, because the advisor kind of wants you got to have your money together when you go to the advisor. You got to have enough money to be able to invest your money, be able to put it in a single stocks and all of that stuff like that. Know your 401k, be able to max it out your IRA. You have to have the money and the cash flow to do that. The financial advisor needs you to be at a level where you already have that. Your majority of your money is not going to debt, and you have the liquid, money to be able to invest at a higher level. So it's building out your portfolio, it's building out your retirement stuff. Financial advisor will get you great. Exactly. A financial coach will get you right forever. Exactly, y'all. So, there's tiers to it, but I would say for everybody. Again, depending on where you're at, financial coach, again, is going to build that foundation for you. Because I even had a financial coach, you guys. I had a financial coach, I'm going to say like a few years ago. And honestly, I feel like it was kind of like through a program, through a bank, you guys. And it wasn't really that helpful, to be honest. Friend, we need to find financial advisors for our bundle partnership. Exactly, friend. No, like we really do. For sure. Your girl definitely had a financial advisor. It was through like a program. She wasn't really that helpful, you guys. She just kind of like told me like basic tips. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I didn't really learn anything. And it just was like, oh, okay. So again, I definitely had a financial advisor. Yeah, so I had one. So again, like, that's the biggest difference. I think I've heard people like, oh, you're a financial advisor. I'm like, no, I'm not a financial advisor. That certification, and you got to know the stock market, like ins and outs. I'm going to get us both one. Yes, definitely. And we might have to be able to find one on at your expo thing. Exactly, friend. And not only that, I really want a woman. I'm not trying to hate, but I was like, I want to just build a woman. Like I want a woman to be on our team. So for sure, you guys, when it comes down to, the difference between and I was going to do a video on that, like financial coaches versus, a financial advisor. So Trinina, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you, friend. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. Truly appreciate it. Oh, so this is the thing. So we talking about good debt versus bad debt. Don't say it out loud. Look, all right. So when you talk about good debt versus bad debt, you guys, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions when it comes down to like, is this good debt versus bad debt? Does this debt bring me peace or pressure? I'm going to say it again, y'all. When you're thinking about good debt versus bad debt, right? Is this going to be a good financial decision if I take this small loan out, if I do this, if I do that? Is it going to bring me peace, or is it going to bring me pressure, right? Like, oh man, like if I take this leap of faith, right? If I take this, will it change my life? Will it change the outcome of how I do my finances? Will it allow me to really finally stop stressing about my money? Will it allow me to get into a better career and me make more money? Will it bring me peace with my business? Will it bring me peace in my home? All of the things, that's the first question I want you to ask yourself when you are thinking about the debt, good versus bad. Does this debt bring me peace? Another question. Second question, is this balance shrinking or is it stuck? So is the balance shrinking? Is it going down or is it stuck? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Is the balance shrinking or is it stuck? Okay. Now, this last question is a good one. This is a good one that I want you guys to ask yourself. Is the debt supporting my future? When I tell you, just sent me chills when saying it. Is the debt supporting my future or draining my present? I'm going to say that again, y'all. Again, these are questions that you can ask yourself when it comes down to good debt versus bad debt. And you're trying to make, an assessment on if you're trying to make a financial decision. Is this debt supporting my future? If I invest in this, Will it better my future? Will it better the equity in my home? Will it better my business? Will it better me personally, financially? Or is it draining my present? Is it draining you? Is it constantly having you in this cycle of the pain, that after, like, you can't get, you're in this constant cycle? Is the debt supporting my future or draining my presence? Absolutely, friend. Okay. These are the questions that I want you to ask yourself when it comes down to thinking about good debt versus bad debt. And if the debt is stealing your peace, it doesn't need shame, it needs a plan. Right? All plans can be created, strategies can be learned. Nothing about this is permanent, right? So you figure like, oh man, like debt, but if you have a plan for the debt, right? If you say, you know what, I know that if I get this merchandise and I use it for my business, I know I can, 10 times the business. I know that me getting a mortgage, I can, in the long run, get the equity or things like that. I know that if I get this program, for your education, I know that I can get into a career that's paying me 10 or, 10 times what I'm making now. Right. So I want you to think about all plans can be created. Strategies can be learned. It can be learned. Welcome in, Raquel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. Yes, you guys, welcome in, welcome in. So let me know, you guys, if you are, if you need maybe any more clarity when it comes down to good debt versus bad debt, and let me know how you feel about that now that we talked about it. Let me know. Good debt versus bad debt. And do you really truly understand the difference? Smiles, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know, you guys. Good debt versus bad. Let me know. And it's like, did it change your, did my phone died? Oh, bro, your phone died. I get it. I'll be having to charge my phone to it. Now, y'all been on a couple lives when my phone just completely died. So I trust me, I get it. Let me know, you guys, how you feel about good debt versus bad debt. Did I change? Did you think about it in a way that said, I never really thought about that. I never really thought about that. Then again, like I said, when it comes down to, oh my goodness, that was fire. Well, which one was fire, Tishawn? I'm trying to think. That's a good conversation. Yeah. What? Now I'm confused. Which one? The last thing I said? Or are you talking about as a whole? The whole conversation. Oh, yeah. Good. Yeah, you know what? When I thought about this, you guys, I'm like, okay, when I was thinking about it, because y'all know your girl be preparing for our lives. When I thought about it, I'm like, man, when you think about good debt, the questions that you said had me like, what? Yes. Yeah, because when I thought about it, I'm like, man, when I think about debt in a way, I feel like just like you guys, I'm like, I think about it in a negative way. Like I just automatically debt, like, wait a minute, no. But when you really stop to think about it for a second, I'm like, okay, right? Okay. It could be good. It could be good in some aspects, but it just really depends, right? And especially like I said, the mortgage and stuff like that. Yeah, that could be good. And the business, that it's sometimes where you got to take a little risk. Sometimes it's like, man, I got to take a little risk. But just understanding the difference. Don't know if you can answer this. What is the best way to get equity out of your home? Oh, great question. What is the best way to get equity out of your home? I would say a home line of equity. I mean, a home line of credit. You could do that. Here's what I'm going to say, and it's another thing. People do HELOCs. HELOCs is another one where you can take out the equity in your home equity loan. Yes, that's what I meant to say. What did I say? Home equity line of credit. Yeah, I meant to say home equity loan or HELOCs. HELOCs, y'all, I'm not going to lie. As a financial coach, I am going to tell you, be very careful with a HELOC. Because HELOC is almost a second mortgage on your house. It's like a second mortgage on your house. I would rather you get a home equity loan than a HELOC, because a HELOC is almost like a second mortgage on your house. And not only that, it's like your house is in jeopardy if you don't pay that HELOC. So those are the different ways to pull out the equity. But honestly, I'm just going to be very honest. You want my honest opinion? If you can, friend, if you can, I would try to avoid pulling the equity out of the home. I'm just going to say it. Because pulling the equity out of the home, let's say if you sell it, right? Yeah, no thanks. If I don't understand to say stay away from it, yes. Like if you pull the equity out of, and I know some people teach different on this subject, so that's what I'm saying. Financial advisors and mortgage guys, some people are big on the, the HELOCs and home. Like if you can avoid it. Like prime example, like if you ever was to sell your home and you're having like 200 or 300 thousand in equity, if you get in a HELOC or a home line of credit, listen, they are pulling that, they want that money off of the top. And then also that I think the interest rates on HELOCs is something crazy, y'all. I think that the interest rates on HELOCs are like super, super high. So that's why, y'all, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. So these are slippery, tricky situations when it comes down to pulling equity out of your home. Honestly, I would avoid it at all costs. This is just my personal opinion. Because like, I can't imagine that, me, when I sold my first home, you guys, all of the money, all of the equity came to me. That check was signed to my name, not me having to pay a HELOC or anything like that. And remember, those HELOCs and those loans, they have interest, and the interests are higher. Welcome in. And I've heard, like, I listen to a financial podcast all the time. It's so many people that say, oh, I had 100,000 in equity on my home, but then I took $100,000 HELOC and the payments are so high. And now we want to sell our home, but the home is not able to be sold because you don't have enough equity in it and the HELOC is attached to it. It just can get dicey, y'all. Ooh, it can get dicey. So honestly, my personal opinion, thanks. Good to know. Yes, it's a very tricky situation, and I want to make sure that you are making sound decisions. But again, like I said, I tell people all the time, make sure you do your research. It has to make sense. And making sure you're looking into the HELOCs, looking at the interest rate. Does it make sense? Is it an ARM? Some of these like loans and stuff like that are ARMs, or they're balloons, which I don't know if you guys know, but it's like the interest rate can changes every month, or it can balloon up to a certain amount, which is a crazy thing, but it starts really low. That's how they get you. They get you because the interest rate starts really low, but it constantly changes every month depending on the market value. So you kind of gotta know, wow, yes, there are some loans that balloon up. ARMs and balloons, yes, that they're variable, like adjustable rates. That's what it's called, adjustable rates. So every month, so a home equity loan is one of the best because it basically a loan that never moves. Yes, that's what I say. Wow, that's crazy. Yes, a home equity line of credit is the one that moves. Nice. Yes. And again, you guys, like, it actually goes off the market like a credit card. Yes. And again, you guys, they make it seem, oh, welcome in, real estate KMOS, welcome in. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. Blessed Beauty, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. That's why, you guys, hello, friend. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Blessed Beauty, thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me. Welcome in. Say friend, welcome in, friend. I know a lot of people love when I say friend. I'm cracking up. Oh my gosh, I'm cracking up. But yes, hey, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. And that's why, we're talking about good debt versus bad debt. We're talking about like lines of credit and equity and balloons and arms when it comes down to your home. And like I said, you guys, you just got to make sure that you are understanding what you're signing, understanding the interest rates. What are you getting into? And if you don't understand it, if you're not reading the fine print, bring it to somebody that understands, that can go over it with you. Because here's the one thing that I want to say to you guys: when it comes down to those type of situations, right, pulling out the home equity line of credit or doing that, getting a HELOC and all that stuff, like, what's the motive? I think a lot of times when we are making decisions based out of desperation, based out of, oh my God, I have to pay this or something, you know what I mean? Those necessarily are not always the best decisions we make. So you don't want to base it off of, you stress like, oh, I just, I need to pay this or this, that. I think the one I don't like is a consolidation loan. I don't like consolidating. Now, to Sean, I was against the consolidation loan as well, friend. Listen, I was against it, but okay, because I did consolidate. Oh, thank you so much for becoming a title gifter of the roses, friend. Welcome and thank you so much. I will say it gotta make sense, friend, because I did consolidate my student loans, right? I consolidate, and to Sean, I would ask, what about the balance transfer? Because I think when we talked about the live last night, if you have a high credit card debt, right, and your bank, your credit union offers you a lower interest rate, or you became the title gifter for the first time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Truly appreciate you. Balance transfer are always the best. Exactly. So, but then would you consider the balance transfer being like consolidations, right? I feel like, well, I mean, well, it probably wouldn't. The thing that I would say when they say in reference to like this, what I would say, good information. Oh, thank you so much. You know what I would say though, when it comes down to, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about like the what am I thinking about, you guys? And I forgot the name of it. It was like, when you consolidate the debt, like when you're trying to get your credit together. Well, thank you so much, Bless Beauty, for the paper cranes. Is just that one place. Yeah. I'm thinking about, how the debt, people try to consolidate their debt. That's what I'm talking about. When they consolidate their debt and they'll go to like these companies and hire them to consolidate the debt, and they actually almost like ruin they make the debt even worse. They sit up there and have you go in default in all of your debt, and then they try to consolidate it, and you paying this company high amounts of money, and they really are just making it worse. So that's what I'm thinking about. Balance transfer are better. Again, this is just my personal opinion though. Yeah, no, yeah. Again, like I said, consolidations, I think it just has to make sense for each and every one of us. And like I said, balance transfers, I was against it. I'm like, no, but I will say it does have to make sense, you guys. When it comes down to these financial decisions, you making sure that you talk to somebody that is, in the finances, that understands it, making sure, and then also too, you guys, making sure you're not making these decisions out of desperation, out of anxiety, out of, you want to take some time and make some clear cut decisions. Like, okay, let me think about it. If you have any type of like, banks or that's forcing you or saying, okay, well, you have to make this decision today or anything like that. No. Ask God to give you wisdom when it comes down to these financial decisions, when it comes down to balance transfers and, taking a HELOC on your mortgage. Ask God for wisdom in it. He will show you and he will guide you. And then again, make sure you ask somebody. Super fan E-Nurse, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you, friend. We were talking about good debt versus bad debt. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you for flying in. Hello, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you. We're talking about good debt versus bad debt, and asking God to give you wisdom when you make some of these financial decisions, and making sure that we're not basing it. Oh, you watch my live for 300 minutes. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, E-Nurse. Welcome in, friend. Yes. So again, like I said, you guys, all again, are we always going to make the best financial decisions when it comes down to our money? Absolutely not. So listen, if you're like, oh my gosh, like what did she talk about? The balance transfer, give yourself grace. Oh, thank you so much for the paper crane. Thank y'all so much. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Give yourself grace, but also remember, take some time when you're making a big decision, like, consolidation, balance transfers, HELOCs, home equity line. Think about it. Take some time to think about it. What is your reason to take these loans out? People are always scared of making the wrong decision. They are. I know. And then also too, I would say, but making decisions out of desperation, out of anxiety. Oh my God, I got to do this. Is that? That's not always, we don't want to be there either. I believe it just has to make sense to you. It does. Like I said, it does, because everybody financial situation or guilt. There we go. Or guilt or shame, or you like, oh, but then I would say too, you guys, some people, not everybody, will get in this trap and say, okay, they'll take this debt out. They'll take this debt out. They just going all around debt. Let me do the transfer to that. And it's like, you're just doing all that, but we're not internally looking at ourselves and saying, okay, what's going on in me? I'm trying to do this, that, like, let me just slow it down. I feel like sometimes, you guys, we got to slow it down. Okay. I'm not going to take out another credit card. I'm not going to do this. Like, let me just slow it down. Let me just look at everything. Let me look at my finances. Let me look at, okay, let me understand, what is my goals? Where am I, because when you're all over the place, this is one of the things that I always say, you guys, if your mind is chaotic, your money will be too. And I'm going to say it again. If your mind is chaotic and all over the place, your money will be too, and your financial decisions will be too. That this is the best time to start looking at your finances. Absolutely. 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 Listen, that's why we're doing a savings challenge, friend. We're doing a free savings challenge. This is the time, definitely. Free savings challenge that we are doing. So, sometimes we like in a rush, we got to get this, we got to do this, we have to do this. So get you a financial coach. Exactly, Deshaun. Exactly. But again, I think, again, when we all over the place, when we, oh man, I have to do this, I should do this, I should do it, like all of the things, you just all over the place. It's like, sometimes we need to slow down. Sometimes we need to just like, what? I feel like my mom says, a lot of times she tells me, you guys, like, if you're confused, don't do anything. If you're confused, don't make no decision. I want you to make decisions when it comes down to your finances with clarity and through strength. I want you to be clear about your decisions. I want you to make a decision when it comes down to your finances with clarity, through strength, not through worry, not through anxiety, all of that. And sometimes you guys know, with your feelings and your emotions, it's temporary. So that's why I say, slow it down. Think about, okay, this is what I want to do with my finances in 2026. These are some of the things, these are the top 3 goals that I'm working for. Make your decisions when your mind is calm. Absolutely. What is the challenge? Make it through confidence. The challenge is, it's a free, savings challenge that my community, we're doing together. It's starting Friday, and there are links in my bio, and the first link is at Stan. You could print out, this is like a little download. It's just like a fun, friendly challenge that we're doing as a community, and these are how it look. And it's like, basically it has like a $5, $10 or $15. And basically you just color these in, and at the bottom it says how much you'll save. So it's a little cash envelope that we have for the new people, like little cash envelope. You can put it in here, and then every time you save the cash, you just color it. So you could buy like a clear envelope like this, or a white envelope. And again, it's just something, a fun savings challenge to do together. It starts Friday. I have free resources. Okay, cool. Yep. It's really, yep. And again, it's just like a fun way to start saving your money. Because again, especially coming off the holiday, I know for me personally, coming off the holiday and spending, sometimes we've gotten used to, going Christmas shopping and, Thanksgiving, and we're kind of like spending. It's a great way to kind of start the year off right. Thank you so much for the paper cranes, friend. Truly appreciate you. Starting the year, solid, like, what, let me reel this spending in a little bit. And, again, like we talked about today, like the biggest difference between good debt and bad debt. And, honestly, overall, when we think about debt, I always tell my clients and, all of my community that savings is so important. Savings is going to, again, be your cushion between you and life. And it's so important. I think that was one of the biggest things that I had to learn, because your girl was a spender and I am a spender. Okay. I'm just going to say I was a spender. Nay, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heartbeat, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, when it comes down, oh, Miss Leslie, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you so much for your heart, me, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Yes, I tell my clients the same thing. I tell people it's movie. Yes. Yes, I know. I know you tell your clients the same. Yes. Yep. And it's so important. It's so important, especially in 2026, you guys, because we gotta, I'm not into politics. Hey, Janine. Hey, Nate. Thank you so much. How are you? Thank you so much for the paper crane. It's important to save money to keep your house. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much for the paper cranes. And Miss Leslie, I am doing great. Yes, we are talking about good debt versus bad debt tonight. Yes. So I am doing great. Truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. But yes, saving is so important. It's about establishing good habits. Listen, you talking about language, friend. Exactly. And I say that all the time. Let's establish the smart, good money habits, right? Let's, and that's exactly what the savings challenge is. It's just gonna get you in the habit to think twice. You know what? Instead of me buying this, let me put $20 in my envelope. When you see this little envelope starting to get a little thick, y'all, because I'm going to show y'all, when it start getting a little thick and you see, oh, you got all these 20s in there, you'll be super excited. I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, when you save cash, listen, it's something about feeling that cash, Now all of a sudden you got 420s in there. Now you got 820s in there. You be like, oh, when the envelope is busting open, y'all, and you may have to get a new one. Okay. This like so exciting. Okay. Let me see if I missed a comment. Oh, I'm excited to start the challenge because I need to save. Exactly, Nay. I'm so excited too, friend. Listen, I was like, your girl, listen, I was like, I'm calculating my coins, y'all. So I'm trying to start the challenge off with a bang. Okay. With a bang. Yup. So super excited. And again, it's just a fun way for us to build those habits. Okay. Sometimes savings can be like, boring, And I was thinking about you guys, everybody that is doing the challenge. I'm thinking about doing some prizes for maybe the top 3 people that save the most, right? I'm trying to think about what fun things that I can do. But I've been thinking about like, let's see how, maybe the top people. And I want us to celebrate like as a community of how much we save collectively. I think that I want to try to like capture like how much we saved collectively as a community, because I think it's so important. You know what I mean, you guys, to think about that. Like, dag, we saved $15,000 or we saved $20,000 as a community. Like, like what? Yes. Great live. Leaving out. Hope to continue to connect with you. Yes. I would love to connect as well. Yes. So yeah, I think about that. I'm like, man, so excited. Exactly, man. And then it gets people, others that may haven't joined the savings challenge, or people like, dang, their community saved 50,000. Can you imagine, y'all? What if we saved 50,000? What? It's like, man, maybe I can do it. Maybe and again, it started with the 5, the 10, the 15. It is, I think sometimes when people think about savings, it gotta just be this huge amount. But no, it's those small decisions, those small daily habits that you do daily, weekly, bi-weekly, that add up in the long run. right? Sometimes you think, oh no, we just need to save $100 every time we get paid, or we just need to save $500 every time we get paid. But think about the $5 one. Think about the $10, the 15, to be consistent, y'all. It's the small, consistent habits that you do over time that will bring the biggest I guess reward. Because here's what I would say about like the bigger savings. That sometimes is not sustainable, right? Every check, people can't save $100 or $200 or whatever it is. But you may can save that $5. You may can save the 10. You may can save the 15. You may can save the 20. And then you're like, oh, you know what? Oh, okay, and then you'll think a little differently, like, oh, and it'll excite you. Oh, BB, welcome in, friend, welcome in. It'll excite you in a way. I like the $5. Do you yeah, do y'all save daily or monthly? Leandra, now here's the thing. I wanted to make sure that the savings challenge was something that's simple, right? That is simple. You can save it daily, monthly, weekly, however you want. So when it looks like, this, it doesn't, you just coloring it as often as you want to. So however faster you want to, color in the bubbles, that's up to you. It's no requirement, because I feel like I got this question a lot. What's the requirement? Do you have to save monthly or daily? Nope. Whatever it feels good to you. The biggest thing that I want to say is I just want you to try to work on your consistency. Maya, welcome in, welcome in. I want you to work on creating those good habits and just saving. That's the biggest thing. Good evening, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate it. So I thank you so much for look, I'm about to say become the title gifter, and thank you so much for the heart, me friend. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. So that's the biggest thing, you guys. Sometimes, again, you can, with this savings challenge, you can save as often as you want, however frequent. But the biggest thing is, I just need you to be consistent. Gemini, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. I want you to be consistent. So if you can be consistent with the $5, if you can be consistent with the $10, whatever it is that you can be consistent with, you guys, that's what I want you to choose. And again, I don't want it to be pressure. I want it just to be like, you know what? I got $5 left over. I'm putting it into my envelope. Happy Wednesday, Queen. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday. We're talking about the savings challenge. Do you have a time frame from when you'll be able to provide an update on how much we save? I was thinking about that, Nay. Thank you so much for the roses, Miss Leslie. I was thinking about that. We should do a time frame for sure. I was thinking about, let's do, and I'm like, I feel like what is a really good, I feel like 90 days. Maybe we'll do the 90-day savings challenge. Thank you so much for viewing the card. 90 days. Let's do 3 months, y'all. The first quarter. Gemini, welcome in. The first quarter. That's what we're going to do. First quarter 1. How much can we save in quarter 1? That's what we're going to do. Now, you know what? Listen, I'm writing this down, y'all, because I feel like I'm going to definitely do it. Like, how much can we save in quarter 1? 3 months. How much can you save? Because you're right. It should have some type of like, end date for sure. Yep. So, yep, that's what it's going to be. 90-day transformation. Maybe I'll change the title. I like it. You like it? I'm brainstorming right now live with y'all. Okay. So I'll probably maybe change the wording of the savings challenge, and I'll change it to like 90-day savings challenge or Q1 savings challenge. I'm here for it. You here for it, Gemini? Yes. But I like it also. Okay, y'all like it. Okay, good. Look, I'm live in color, sitting up there going through the ideas, and I'm glad you like it. So that's what we'll do, you guys. So it starts Friday, January the 9th, and we will do 90 days, Q1, okay? And this is what we'll do. The person that saved, the top 3 people that saved the most will get gifts from your creator. Okay, I will make sure that I will get gifts and prizes to the top 3 people that save the most. Okay, so 90 days. So from January 9th to what? March 9th? Yeah, January, February, March. Yeah. Would it be April? So January, February, March, April. It'd be April. right, y'all? Yeah, it'll be April because you don't count January. So yeah, January, February, March. Yeah, yeah. So 90 days, y'all. 90 days. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. 90 days, 3 months. That's exactly what we're gonna do, and we're gonna see how much we can save as a community. I'm truly excited for sure. I don't know. Yep. But again, like I said, it's just 90 days, 90 days, 3 months. And because I didn't want it to be too short or, not too long where people are kind of like losing their momentum as well. You kind of want to just get that sweet spot as well, you guys. You want people to lose their momentum. So 90 days, 90. So now I'm going to have to go in, y'all, on my little website and change it. Okay. 90 days savings challenge that starts on Friday. 90-day savings challenge, free, and seeing how much we can save. I'm super excited because guess what that means, y'all? It means that guess what it's going to go into where you get your good tax money. Okay. So guess what? I want y'all to be thinking about them good taxes on how y'all can sit up there. Leandra, thank you so much for the follow. How y'all could be adding some of that tax money there that can bump up the savings. Okay. February, y'all know the taxes around the corner, y'all. Okay. Y'all know it's around the corner and it bump up your savings. Okay. I'm doing my daily scroll. Always good to see you. Thank you so much. Always good to see you as well. Thank you so much, Gemini. I truly appreciate you, friend. Truly appreciate you. Yeah. So I feel like people may be adding extra in their savings, y'all, when they get the good taxes. Okay. So watch out when people, because I'm like, ooh. So it's definitely gonna be fun. January through April. Yeah, I figured, Miss Leslie. I'm like, wait a minute, what's this idea? Yep, January through April. January through April. And I'm so super excited. OMG, I've not filed taxes in 4 to 5 years. Leandra, friend. April 9th will be the end of the challenge for the first quarter. Then we will move on to quarter 2. Exactly. Now, I wonder what your girl gonna have for y'all for quarter 2. And y'all know I got some stuff coming up, right? I got some stuff for y'all. It's going to be something different that I'm dropping. Maybe I'll drop stuff every quarter, y'all. Like different things for us, right? I think I like the quarter vibe, y'all. I think I definitely like that. Guys, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Leandra, you said 4 to 5 years, friend. Definitely send me a message, friend. Definitely. I do taxes, but hello, friend. I do basic taxes, okay, friend. So love the quarter vibe. Yeah, so do I. So listen, y'all just giving me all the creative, the juice on a live. Yeah. Listen, if I had a pen, but luckily, the lives are recorded, you guys, so I can look back. But I'm telling you guys, y'all giving me some creative ideas right here on the live. I'm like, okay. Listen, I like the quarter drops. It gives me a little bit more like space as a creator to say, okay, quarter drops. I dropped this. I launched this. Me. Oh, nay, me, friend. No. Oh my God. Do I have to have a text conversation with you guys? Oh my God. And honestly, for real, I think one of the things I wanted to tell you guys is that they just said the gross amount for the taxes for your gross amount on your household income for single or head of household. They just dropped the adjusted gross new the amounts, like because I follow Yahoo Finance as well, so they just dropped it. And I'm like, man, I could do a post on this, but like I feel like people gonna be like, what? Like when it comes down to taxes and the tax bracket and everything like that, it's just such a it's such taxes can be so confusing, y'all. It's kind of like not like as easy as like the budgeting and saving. It's just like a whole and everything. Like, what is your exemptions on your job check? Are you firing head of household, single? What is your gross income? Or what are you writing off? Like, all of the things. So that's just like another conversation for another day, y'all. But I mean, I'm not a CPA. I'm not a like tax guru or anything like that. My mom is a tax person. Well, she is an accountant, so she keep me up to date with a lot of taxes. But I will say, you guys, that here's what I will say. When it comes down to your taxes, now when they talk about like when they talk about it in reference to like, you know, criminally and all of that stuff. So when you file your tax, you know, filing is when people can get in trouble like criminally, not when you owe the government. So I think that a lot of times, right, people won't file because they think they owe. But it's honestly the opposite. You need to file. It's okay if you owe because you can get on a payment plan. And I'm just going I'm just going to do a bare basic of like, well, again, you may have to. I know one thing, and again, I know like my brother didn't file for a long time, like years, and we had to organize all his taxes and get all of that stuff. So it takes time. So it definitely takes time. But I will say, Vibrant Love, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate it. But I will say, well, all my friends, if you haven't filed taxes in a couple of years, give yourself grace. Right? I know, because you're like, oh my God, you know, if you are worried about you owing the government, is more like in reference to that you haven't filed than you owing them. You can owe them and you can get on a payment plan, but the risky part when it comes down to the you know, criminal and all that stuff is because people don't file. So definitely, since my husband and I have retired, definitely since my husband and I have retired, we owe the government. Yes. And again, like I said, you guys, the government, they do have payment plans, but we on a payment plan. I know they do have payment plans. So one of the things, you guys, that I always say, and I want you to remember, facts are your friend. Facts are your friend. And sometimes like, hey David, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you. Facts are your friend. I want you to remember that. I also want you to give yourself grace when it comes down to the taxes. I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of, you know, some people haven't filed. You're not alone. You're not the only one. But we do it based out of fear. Like, oh my God, I'm going to owe them so much. They're going to take all the there are always solutions, you guys. There are always solutions. And again, sometimes you may need somebody to walk alongside you. They're like, you know what, this is just, and again, I've had clients reach out to me because they were just too, like, the anxiety and doing all that, the process and calling was just too much for them, right? Get somebody that you trust that can walk alongside you and walk you through it, because it can be a scary thing when you think, oh, I haven't, you know, filed my taxes in a few years and I haven't done anything, you know what I mean? And you know, that could be sitting, you know, something that you are constantly worrying about. Again, facts are your friends, and you know, you definitely take some time. And again, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, but you definitely can do it. But yeah, when it comes down to Virginia, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. So yeah, I like that, you guys. Yes, solution, absolutely. So solution based for sure. So all the new people, we just talked about the savings challenge, y'all. So we're making it a 90-day savings challenge, Q1. So all the people that's watching, all the new people that just came into the room, the savings challenge that we are talking about that starts on Friday is going to be a 90-day savings challenge. You joined Vibrant Love, yes, friend. So I said that I will be giving out some prizes to the top 3 people that save the most. So that's how we got on taxes, because I was saying that, you know, since it'll be 90-day challenge during the time you'll get your tax money. So that give you a good boost. You know, if you get prizes, yes, prizes. Yep. So make sure, yep, 90 days. So we will definitely do this. Q1 90-day savings challenge. Nay, I love that. Listen, I love that, y'all. Love it. I'm telling you, I got to go in and now I got to change it. So when you know, so any new people that download the savings challenge, that's what it'll say at the top, y'all. So I'll make sure I go in and edit it. But I definitely love the vibe of me dropping something for the community every quarter. Oh shoot, I gotta roll some pennies. Yes, Vibrant Love, roll it up, friend, roll it up. And also, friend, make sure you grab your daily heart, me friend. Your heart is ashy. It's definitely ashy. But yes, yep, roll some pennies. Listen, yep, the top 3 people, y'all. Listen, y'all got me saying it on live. The those taxes and the high yield savings account. Thank you so much, Vibrant Love. I truly appreciate it. I already downloaded the savings challenge. Oh, so excited you already downloaded it. You know I did, y'all. Y'all know I'm ready. Your girl is ready. So definitely, I feel like, again, this is going to be something fun that we can do for Q1. Now I'm going to be thinking about what am I doing for Q2 for y'all, right? What am I dropping? Like dropping something. And that's the thing that it's, it's so funny, y'all, because like that's what like big like sneaker, like clothing companies and sneakers, they always drop something. They have launches, right? And people be so excited, like, oh, what they doing, what they doing, what they doing. So listen, y'all done gave me ideas. Launching something every Q. Okay. The savings challenge is one. Let's see what Q2 bring. And Q3 and Q4. So I like that, y'all. I definitely like it. I was like, ooh, listen, I'm writing it down, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. Your girl is writing it down when I get off this live. Definitely, for sure. So super excited. I'm going to change the wording. It's going to be our 90-day savings challenge for Q1. Thank you guys for the ideas. I just rolled my change and it was $113. What? Now y'all, you know what? Now that y'all say it, I think I gotta change drawer here too. Listen, I'm gonna be having to get my coins now. See, listen, y'all. Now wait a minute. $113. Look, so can you imagine, friend, if you use the $20 or and see, this is how y'all could get your change, girl. Listen, I'm gonna have to get it together because y'all gonna be beating your girl. I'm gonna be like, what? But I love it though. I love it. That's right. Get y'all coins, y'all pennies together. If you got change, listen, I got so much change in my wallet, you guys. Like, pennies, nickel, get it all together. Take it to to the supermarket. Make sure go cash those coins in. All of that. That's right, y'all. Put it into your envelope. Put your little. Now y'all done gave me ideas. Now I'm telling my sons, y'all got any change? I need it. I'm collecting the coins over here because me and my community run the savings challenge and I got to get it together. So yes, y'all, I love it. Get your coins together, get your pennies, your nickels, go, so you can take it to the bank, all that. Friend, welcome in, welcome in. I got a coin counter for Christmas. Nice. I love that. What? I absolutely love it. Someone told me since I ain't filed in 4 to 5 years, the tax people looking for me. Is this true or false? Would I say the tax people looking for you, or would I say the government? Because I would say more of the government. But if you go to them before they come looking for you, you still have a leg up. So that's what I would say, friend. Hi, first time here. Oh, let me see. First time. B Moss. Am I saying it correct? Welcome in, B Moss. Welcome in, friend. Truly appreciate you. First time here. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you. So glad that you are here. My name is Janine. I am a financial coach. We talk about all things personal finances, and it's a faith-based approach. We talk about savings. We talk about getting out of debt, and we talk about the budget. So today we were talking about debt, good debt versus bad debt, but we were talking about the savings challenge that we are doing as a community. That, as you know, I don't know if you just been here. You said it right. Glad to be here. Love the content. Oh, I'm so glad for you to be here, friend. Truly appreciate you. Hopefully you're able to join our savings challenge. It's FREE, free. 90 days. We just came up with the time. I thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart, me friend. My first time here and started and following you. Love it. Oh, I truly appreciate y'all. Y'all don't know, like when people first come into my room, they like, oh, we love your energy, we love your background. And again, I'm so super excited for you guys to be here. Thank you so much, Ms. Ezzy, for the popular. How can I join the challenge? Absolutely. So if you go into the LIN, because certain words I can't say on here, y'all, because y'all know, TikTok be blocking stuff. But if you go to my my circle, it's a link there and it says STAN, STAN, and you click on it and it'll say savings challenge right there, and you will download. This is what it looks like. It'll give you a PDF. These are two two pieces of paper that you'll get, and you choose the one that you want to save. So the options, let me mirror it. Yep. The options that you have is $5, $10, $15, $20, or $30. And when you cut it out, it looks like this. It fits in a regular envelope. And again, we're saving the cash. So a lot of people ask me, how often do I have to save? Weekly, daily, monthly? It's no requirement. You don't have to save. You save as often as you want, but it is a 90-day challenge. And I did say that the top 3 people that save the most, there will be prizes. Your girl will mail you the prizes. I'm definitely will reach out to the top 3 people. So we're doing this as a community. And again, it's something easy and something fun that we're doing in quarter 1. So I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Guess I better call the government after I take my few $3 to $4 out of the bank. Leandra, yes, friend. I would say it. I would say it. And again, like I said, I know a lot of people, friend. I want you, if you hear anything, I'm in and I'm going to sign up. Yes, friend. I'm so super excited, friend. Truly appreciate it. So excited. But Leandra, I would say, friend, like I said, if you, I just want you to hear my heart and understand that you are not alone when it comes down to people not filing their taxes. And again, when you reach out to them and say, again, I haven't filed in a certain number of years. It's like, long as you try to get the documents and file. Like, that's the biggest thing that I would say, to be on the top of your to-do list. If you do it before they're coming after you, then you still say, you know what, again, I haven't done this in 4 or 5 years. I'm on a file, and get on a payment plan. They will work with you. It's just the thing of not filing. That's when it can become criminal. Like, that's just, that's what I'm saying. So, yes. So we definitely, and again, I know it's a scary place to be, friend. I do know. I do know a lot of people that are just like, they haven't filed in years because they're scared of the amount that they will owe, things like that. But one of the things, if I can say anything, facts are your friends. Facts are your friends. And sometimes it's not as bad as what we think it is. A lot of times I will make my lunch instead of spending for my cash lunch. Yes. Listen, I did the same thing because I was telling you guys, like, eating out has your girl in a chokehold a little bit, y'all. But your girl been cooking. You can ask my kids. Your girl has been cooking. We had Taco Tuesday yesterday, y'all. Okay. We had Taco Tuesday yesterday. And then what we had on Monday and Sunday, we had spaghetti. Okay. So I was like, oh, I got to cook because I need to save these coins. So I was like, tired or not, I'm going to be on here cooking. Okay. So we got to figure it out. So listen, I'm with it too, y'all. I was like, oh, I need to save my coins. I need to save my coins for sure, for sure. So yeah, y'all, man, I truly, again, appreciate each and every one. I took my lunch twice this week and I learned how to meal plan and make it work. Yes, friend. Yes. And you know what I'm going to say that I did too, y'all? This week, I wrote down the meals that I was going to cook. And I will say that helped. Like, instead of me worrying about each and every day, like, oh, what I'm going to cook for my kids. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to cook, what we going to eat. Because I feel like that's a constant worry in my house. Like, what we going to eat? What we going to eat, Mom? What we going to eat? I did in the beginning of this week was like, you know what? I'm going to do spaghetti. I'm going to do the Taco Tuesday. I'm going to do the Alfredo for them. So I did have in my mind about what I was going to cook for them, and it does help. So I will say, you guys, make sure you meal prep. Make sure you, again, and it don't have to be nothing crazy. And then for real, you guys, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to ask chat, y'all. I'm going to be like, chat, give me a simple recipe that I can make in 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, that fill these kids up, okay? Fill their bellies up. And it's under $20. Listen, we don't got to think about it, y'all. That's what AI is created for. If you're not utilizing AI, you're missing out. Okay? You're missing out. Type into chat. Tell them, listen, you need to tell chat real quick, okay? With some quick recipes that I can make. It ain't going to take me too much time. Let me know. Tell me real quick. I wanted the 1, 2, 3 step, boom. What can I do? Probably a stir fry. I'm thinking of like a chicken stir fry. Throw some chicken in a pan. Great idea. I will do that. Yes. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to sit up there and waste our brain calories on that. Put it right in the chat. So with some quick recipes, you could probably say for a family of 4, for a family of 2, or You know what else you could do? Put in the chat, this is what I have in my house. Go look in your refrigerator, go look in your freezer. This is what I have. Create a meal, a fulfilling meal, a nutritious meal off of the items that I already have. You never know. Chat probably gonna come up with all of these different ideas that you probably never thought about. And I'm sitting up there saying it to you guys, and I need to do it. That's what I'm gonna do. Go into your pantries and whatever you have, ask chat to create a meal for you for what you already have. Make soup. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Go in here and ask them whatever ingredients you have, whatever stuff you already have in your house. Ask chat, like, chat, I need you to give me a recipe for it. I need you to give me a recipe for it. So look, that's what I'm gonna do, y'all. So in that way, we not stressed and worried about like, oh, what we doing. So super excited, you guys. It's so hard to save when your income to debt is upside down. I'm in a cycle and it's hard to break. Friend, I know it. I know it. When I tell you I know it, friend, I know it. We can definitely send me a message. We definitely can sit and we can talk, because one of the things that I say, that cycle is hard to break. It's hard to break. But I want to just say, friend, it's not impossible. So that's what I'm gonna say to you. It's not impossible. It may be hard, but sometimes you may need a fresher eyes, to look at it. So it's not impossible. Is it hard? It may be. It may be, but not impossible. I feel like we serve a God that is nothing impossible for the God we serve. So I want you to stay encouraged. I know it's hard. And this is exactly why I do what I do. Because I know it's so important. It's so important. When we in that cycle of the check to check or the debt is high, you're like, how can I get out of this? Like, I'm just constantly, it's almost like the rat race that we're constantly on. It's like, dang, I mean, am I ever going to get off the hamster wheel? And sometimes your strategies, maybe you've done it a certain way, but maybe you need some fresh eyes. Maybe you need a different strategy that you didn't even think about, So, again, send me a message, friend. I definitely will help as much as I can. But yeah, it definitely is hard. It's definitely hard. But I will say that again, you're not alone. I promise you, you're not alone. A lot of us are actually in that, but it takes courage to actually say it, right? It takes courage to actually admit that, you know what, I'm struggling in this area. I'm struggling when it comes down to my finances, and I need to do it a different way. And I think one of the things when it comes down to 2026, this is kind of like a perfect time to say, you know what, let me do it a little different, right? Let me do it a little different. I kind of been doing it one way all of this time. Let me do it a different way, right? Because doing the same thing over and over again is kind of, what is that saying? Insanity. But, sometimes that's all we know. We don't really know another way. It's like, well, I don't really know another way. So how can I change it if I don't know another way? And that's when, you reach out to people that can show you a different way. So, again, I hope that you stay encouraged, because I've been there. The cycle is like, I understand what you're saying. I did have 2 incomes now, and it's only me, and I'm doing my best, and it's hard. Friend, I mean, I'm just going to say, listen, I've been a single mom for 15 years. When I tell you I get it, I understand. It has only been my income for 15 years, taking care of 4 people. When I tell you your girl understands, I understand. To go from 2 incomes to 1 income is a drastic change. And I did the same thing. There is fear which takes steps out of your comfort zone. There is fear which take to step out of your comfort zone. Yes, Ms. Leslie, absolutely. But I get it, how that pressure is being with it just being 1, and especially when you transition from 2 incomes to 1 income, that transition alone can almost take you out. Like, oh my gosh, like, well, I mean, and again, you're just so used to 2 incomes, and now all of a sudden it's 1. I get it, and that transition is hard. It will, I will say that. But I would say it definitely putting strategies in place, putting systems in place, It's again, like, and that's just, it's a hard season. I understand. Like I said, I've been there. So I truly understand. And then when it's one income, it's just you. You. I mean, it's like, man, if I go left or right, everything shifts. Everything is like, so yeah, I truly get it and I understand. Stay encouraged though. I would say stay encouraged, and you always again can send me a message. I truly understand it. Um, but yeah, you guys, let me know. So true. I believe you. I believe you're 100% my family. Yeah, I believe you 100%. My family said to get a second job, but I already work 6 days a week, 10-hour shifts. Whooped. Whoa. And listen, 6 days a week, and I get it. So the thing that I would say is, 6 days a week in 10-hour shifts, which is long, then I would be like, let me look at your budget, because not to say that it's just like, let's look at the income that's coming in, and let's make sure that, we maximizing, that 6 days a week, right? Because a lot of people always say maybe get a second job, but that's not always the case. That's not always the case. That the next job is not, in certain situations it is, but it's not always like, okay, now, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's not the amount of income that we have coming in, but it's how we're managing it. Like, what can I do? And I also think too, friend, like, if you are in a season where it's super tight and you're going from transitions, then we need to get to a bare bone budget. Bare bones. Bare bones is your four walls, right? Utilities, housing, food, and transportation. Four things. So sometimes that made me, maybe a credit card payment got to put on a back burner so I can get ahead a little bit. Maybe this debt payment has to be late or something like that so I can get ahead. So it really just depends. It really just depends. And I think, again, sometimes when we are in survival mode and we trying to do all the things, you working 6 days a week, and you're just like, you probably mentally exhausted. It's like so many things. It's so many things. And it's not always necessarily meaning it's getting a second job. It's like, let's maximize the income that's coming in. Let's utilize it as best we can. So, and no time for self-care. Exactly. Listen, I know it. I've been there. 7 days a week. And just like I said, you guys, when your mind is chaotic, when you're mentally exhausted, when you again, I understand that 10-hour shift, the 12-hour shift, you mentally, as you physically exhausted. You can't even look at a paycheck. Your eyes probably roll in the back of your head. It's like, your money and your decisions and stuff, it won't be like aligned and clear. And it's like, that's what we want to get to. And I know a lot of times people will say get the second job, but it's like, sometimes we just need clarity. We just need time to be able to sometimes we need that good 8 hours of sleep, y'all. Sometimes we just need that. Like, sometimes we just need to stop for a second and say, okay, let me just collect my thoughts. Let me just, because when you're constantly running and going, and again, I'm healthcare workers, the burnout, I understand. I used to do, y'all. I used to work a 12-hour shift. And this is a lot of times during COVID, and a lot of things are going. I used to work 12 hours and work 7 p to 7 a, and then we had like a special assignment, and it was like right near my office. I have been mentally exhausted. So if I just stop and pray about it, yes, need time to be still. Yes, friend. I have been mentally exhausted. So I just stop and pray about it. Exactly. I know you've been mentally exhausted, friend. I know it. I know it. And I understand. And when you're mentally exhausted, your mind, it's just like it's gonna be all over the place, because you're making decisions out of exhaustion. During Christmas, I felt sick, but actually couldn't get sick. Had to push past the body aches and chills. And again, like I said, because at the end of the day, I understand that grind. Andrea, welcome in. I understand the grind, but it's also, I want to say too, is almost a dangerous place to be, because if something kicking you, it's like go left or right. If you have kids or people depending on your income, pals, welcome in, friend, welcome in. It's like, we want you to be whole. We want you to be healthy. Thank you so much for your heart, me friend. We want you to be whole. We want you to be healthy. Hey there, welcome in, welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here. We want you to be whole, and we want you to be healthy. And I see it. Tomorrow's not promised. And you want to be, I know it's the grind of chasing the money. I know it's the grind of being in the season that I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to pay this, I got to pay that. But we also need you here, right? Your family needs you here. We need you, we need to make decisions on clear. I'm so glad to be here. There are a lot going through. Yes, I'm so glad to be here. There are other going through what I am going through. Yes. Listen, when I tell you guys, y'all are not alone when it comes down to these money decisions. When I say it from, mental exhaustion and you're tired, say it, friend. I speak from experience. I was going to say that I remember doing like a 7P to 7A shift, and then doing a 7 to 3 shift. So I know it. I feel like your girl has worked, 12 plus 8? Yeah, I worked 20 out. Listen, I know that life. I know it all too well. You sitting up there doing doubles. I used to do 16 hours shifts back to back to back to back, the grind. Barely, I would fall asleep anywhere. Like that grind, I understand it. I know it. I lived it too long. So I completely understand. And you're trying to keep your head above water. You're just trying to survive. You're trying to get out the rut. But I will say that if I would have slowed down a little bit, if I would have really took some time to look at my spending, because another thing too, you guys, when you're mentally exhausted, when you're constantly going, you spend more because you don't have time to do anything else. You spend more. The convenience shopping, you Uber Eats and everything. You don't have time to do anything else. By the time you wake up, you get a few hours of sleep. Boom, you back to the next shift. I know it. You barely can keep your head. I had no idea this live was going to make me cry. Oh, friend. Thank you for the release. Didn't know I needed it. Oh, friend. I always say, I'm not going to get emotional, y'all, but I always say that God bring people in my life all the time for that needs to hear it, because I know the life. I know it. And to be on the other side of it, I just want to say that it's a better way, friend. It's a better way. I guarantee you it's a better way. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard navigating that, right? The life that you constantly going, it's hard navigating. You like, God, is it another way? It's another way. But it is. I can guarantee you, to be on the other side of it, it's like, but again, like I said, I understand the check, the grind. By the time you wake up, before you know it, you wash up and boom, the next shift, right? And again, like I say all the time, you guys, you can't make clear decisions when it comes down to your money when it's chaotic. I can say that so much money flew through my hands with the shifts and all of that stuff, that I didn't really start to make better decisions until I really stopped. And I really had to, I remember crying out to God, like, Lord, give me strength. Cass, welcome in. Give me strength to make clear decisions when it comes down to my finances, God. And I remember like, Lord, it gotta be a better way. It gotta be a better way for me. It gotta be a better way. You are so brilliant. Oh, thanks. Thanks, because y'all, like, I come on here and I say it because I've lived it, and I know it. I feel it. I feel the tears. I feel the strain. I understand it. It's hard to check, the grind, 16 hours, the 10-hour shift, 6 days a week. You get the one day off, and you're probably having to do 1,000 things on that one day. Elevate with Vern. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Lord knows I told him I am exhausted, tired, Again, thank you for being obedient and talking. Absolutely. 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 Listen, absolutely. Great evening, sis. How are you doing? I'm doing great, friend. I'm doing great. Truly appreciate you for being here. Truly appreciate you. Absolutely. And again, you guys, that's why, I know some of us are going through so much, and I get it. I get it. We talked about good debt versus bad debt. I know it's the grind of the check to check, but one of the things that I always say too is, I talk about practical tips and practical steps for you to get your personal finances together. But I will say it's power in prayer. Ask God to give you strength and clarity to say, God, you know what? Give me strength, the ability to slow things down. I know it's fear to say, I must, I know I feel like I need the extra shift and I need to do all that. But also, God, I need, and this is one of the things that I had to learn too, you guys, you got to trust who is your provider, the job or God. You got to trust him in a way to say, God, you know what? I can't see it when it comes down to my finances. God, I've been in this check the check cycle. I've been in all of that, but I'm going to trust you in a way. I'm going to trust you in a way that you can see, that I need to slow it down. I need some, clarity when it comes down to my money, that God, you know what? I am going to put my trust in you because I know that you are the author. You are the finisher. And I'm telling you, when I finally release the trust and I said, you know what, God, I'm going to step back and I'm going to really release it to you and I'm going to give it to you. Come on, sis, speak. Oh, listen, y'all, I ain't even come on here preaching, y'all. But it's like when you trust God in a way, when you step back and say, God, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I need to step back. I remember, you guys, one of the first things I did, and it's just so crazy, man. Today I ordered the Psychology of Money from Amazon. Oh, read the summary. It describes people. Oh, amen, Coach Bradstreet. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Didn't know you came in, friend. Hello, hello, hello. So excited to see you. Listen, y'all, I ain't mean to come on here preaching, y'all. Okay, listen. Your girl ain't no preacher. Okay, there are situations. It was only 10.99. Yeah, because you know what? Like I said, you guys, I remember for me being in that check to check life, right? I remember being in check to check or just mentally exhausted. One of the things God did really quick, church on Wednesday for that. I can now sow a seed. Oh, it's coming tomorrow. Oh, I'm so super excited. Miss Leslie, so super excited. Yes. Listen, I know one of the things that, thank you so much for the roses, friend. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. I remember when I was, you became the title gifter of the roses, friend. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. I remember, you guys, being again at the job and doing all that. And I remember me taking a 6-month leave off of my job. 6 months later, I said, God was like, girl, you gotta sit down. You gotta slow down. The house was chaotic. So much stuff was going on for me personally. And he sat me down. Yes, he did. He was like, you got to get it together. But here's what I would say. And again, I wasn't getting all that, the extra money, the extra pay, all that, right? He like, no, I'm going to sit you down. Okay. But guess what? I didn't miss a bill. I didn't miss a mortgage payment. I didn't miss like the things that you think you're going to miss out on. God is saying, do you trust me enough? Do you trust me enough? Do you trust the job or do you trust me? Do you trust him enough that he's going to provide for you regardless of it, regardless of the extra shifts, regardless of the time, regardless of any of that? Do you trust him enough? And when you relinquish the control and allow him to step in, and I tell people all the time, invite God into your finances. Invite God into your finances. It's so, so important. He is the author and the finisher of our lives. Absolutely. When I relinquished the control and I said, God, I'm going to give it to you, he transformed it. And he also covered me at the same time. The kids didn't want for anything. It was just my income. And I'm like, and honestly, y'all, it kind of like didn't make sense, right? It's like I was getting less money because I took the leave, right? But still everything was getting paid. All of a sudden I was getting like, I was getting checks from different things like, oh, you overpaid this and you did this. And all of a sudden I was getting, checks from different things like, oh, you have a credit on this. Like, it didn't make sense, y'all. And I'm telling, like, it did not make sense. But God said, who do you trust? You put your trust in the job, or do you put it in me? This is the time last year I was laid off, went on 3 trips and was able to pay my speakers only. God, absolutely. Absolutely. But trust me, I get it when you're like, oh God, I just can't, I don't want to relate. Like, God, I mean, I don't know. The bills and it's like it just won't make sense. It just won't make sense until you do it. It just won't make sense to you. And it's a scary place to be. You're like, oh my God, like, I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be out in the streets. My bills is saying a third. And it's like a lot of us, we overthink it before it even happened. But it's like, I just remember during that season, it's like surrender and obedience is important. Yes. Yes. Surrender and obedience. Scarlett, welcome in. Thank you so much for the share. We got to surrender. Sometimes God is like waiting on us. It's like, I'm just waiting on you. Like, I'm just waiting on you. So when you want to surrender it, I'm ready for it. I mean, when you want to trust me enough with your finances, I'm ready for it. And it's like, again, y'all, like, I get it. It's one of the scariest places to be when it comes down to your money. Like, this is your money, your livelihood, your roof over your head for your family, your kids, all of that. Like, it's like, wait a minute, God, wait a minute. But God is like, do you trust me enough? You trust me enough? Like, I provided you that job. I provided you strength to get up each and every day to do the overtime, to work the 5 to 6 days a week. I provided all of that. So it's like, man, Matthew 6:24. Yes, love it. Love it, love it, love it. But and I say all that to say, you guys, that everybody, we all going through it. We all going through it. Don't believe that nobody's out here not struggling some way, somehow, maybe with their finances, maybe in different areas. People make it seem like they got it all together. They a lot of times don't. A lot of times they don't. So, I feel like that's why I always wanted to create a safe space here, in my room with a community of like-minded, women that, we can come sometimes and say, you know what, I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I just really want to say it. And it's like, we are here. I've been there. Appreciate your vulnerability, your honesty. It's a lot to say, when it comes down to your finances. We need to get our raggedy hands off the situation so our Father God can work. Absolutely, friend. Absolutely. We need to get our raggedy hands off of the situation so our Father God can work. I told some of the community to go to your showcase and purchase the books about the scripture. Oh, yes, y'all. Yes. It is in my showcase and it says 31-day devotional, managing money God's way. This is what I could pin it, y'all. I forgot about that in here. I got both of them. Let me see if I pin it, because then if I pin it, they're gonna be like, you gotta show the book. So this is what it goes: Simple Money, Rich Life, 31-day devotional. It comes with these 2 books, y'all. Managing Money God's Way. Managing Money. It's a very good read. You see, your girl got her little thing in here. I've been reading it. Managing Money God's Way. Look low. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. It's 2 books, y'all. 2 books. It comes these 2. And it's a 31-day devotional. Very, very, very good. Y'all see, I got it. I'm sitting up there highlighting the stuff in here. Managing Money God's Way. Okay, that's another good resource, you guys. Thank you so much for the popular friends. Thank you so much. Listen, we got all serious, all of the things, all of the things, you guys, man. And it's so crazy because every time I'll be like, oh, I don't feel like going live. I'm tired. Okay. Dorothy, welcome in. Welcome in. God is like, I gave you the assignment. I need you to show up, even though you're tired. Okay. Even though your girl's tired. And this is the reason why I get on live. These are the reasons why, because it's so crazy, because I kind of wish Good Talk. Yes. I kind of wish that I had a community like this when I was going through it. I kind of really wish that I had somebody that understood what I was going through as a single mom that was constantly, living. Like, I really wish I had an outlet and could just have somebody understand what I'm going through. So this is kind of why I created something that I didn't have at the time. And it's like, you really need it when you're in the thick of things. You need that support. You need somebody to understand that I understand where you're going through, and there's a blessing on the other side of it. So this is kind of exactly why I started my brand, Gracefully Simplified, because we give grace to all other areas in our life, in reference to our job, in reference to our kids, everybody, but we don't give grace to ourselves. We don't give grace. And also too, when we are in that like survival mode, when we are constantly, we want it, when it comes down to personal finances, it needs to be as simple as possible. So that's why the brand Gracefully Simplified, doing things, living life simply, gracefully. So truly appreciate y'all for being here. Listen, y'all, I always go over the time for my lives, y'all. First of all, I'm only gonna talk for 90 minutes, y'all. Your girl's at 2 hours. Your girl is at 2 hours, y'all. What? 2 hours already? Okay, y'all, it's late on the East Coast. Okay, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. I always like to come and chat. So super excited for everybody. So again, this is the 90-day challenge. Let God use you. I know, Elevate. I'm telling you, when I tell you every time, I say, listen, and I say it all the time before I get on my lives. I'm like, God, whatever you want me to say, whatever remove me and add you. And I'm like, man, it never fails. God's like, see, I done told you. I'm like, listen, I'll be like, I'm tired, God, I'm tired. But just trying to be obedient to what he has given me, so much great information. Thank you so much, Miss Leslie. Truly appreciate you guys. Me and y'all just don't even know. Truly appreciate you. Are you on other platforms? Great information, beautiful spirit. Thank you so much. I am on all platforms, you guys. The YT Medical Wig, welcome in. Am I saying that right? Medical Wig, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, you came in from this shares. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. I'm on all the platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Threads, Pinterest, all of them. Go look your girl up. It's the same name across all platforms. Gracefully Simplified. I'm on all of them. Go follow your girl on all of them. Same name, y'all, on all of them. The @ symbol on all of them. Yep. So it's same name across the board. So then that way, you guys, on all of them, you can go check out the YT, the Book of Faces, Pinterest, all of the things, all of the things. Yep. And I will definitely come up. But again, you guys, truly appreciate. Your girl will be on here tomorrow. Okay, make sure y'all know we're gonna learn something. Listen, I feel like me and my room, we gonna pray it out, we gonna cry it out, we gonna do all the things. Just got on your YouTube, just got you on your YouTube, going to IG. Oh, thank you, yes, y'all, because my IG followers, y'all, is low. I ain't gonna lie, IG is just a whole nother platform, and YT is like, ugh. Okay, y'all. So yeah, y'all want to go follow your girl on here? Yes. Yep. Go get the. Hey there. Yes, I'll be co-streaming. Yes, good to see you, friend. Thank you so much. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, y'all. Yes. Yep. So I'll be doing co-streaming. Yup. Y'all see me. Yup. So again, like I said, I truly appreciate y'all. This community is everything to me, man. This quarter one, y'all, we're gonna get this savings challenge together, you guys. 90 days, quarter one savings challenge, and it will start on Friday. I'm truly excited, you guys, for being here, trusting me as your financial coach. Listening to me, coming to my lives, being engaged and typing in the chat. I truly, truly appreciate you guys more than you know. And, I always want to end on a prayer, you guys. It's so, so important. If you just remember anything, make sure that you take some time to invite God into your finances. Oh, Medical Wig University, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here. And I always try to end my lives with a prayer, and this will be the closing prayer. Father God, thank you for meeting every woman exactly where she is tonight, oh God. I pray clarity over her finances, oh God, peace over her mind, and wisdom over every decision that she makes moving forward. We release shame, we release fear, we receive strategy, grace, and confidence, oh God. Remind her that debt does not define her future, and that you are a God of restoration and peace. In Jesus' name, I pray all of these things. Amen. I hope this live blessed you guys. Hey, Medical Wig University. Hey, friend. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is towards the end of the live. Amen, amen, amen. Truly appreciate you for being here, friend. Truly appreciate y'all for being here. This is towards the end of the live, friend. I will be back on here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Truly appreciate. Love the name Medical Wig University. It's okay. I'll be back. Okay, friend. Okay. I'll be back on tomorrow. Truly appreciate you. But yes, you guys, I hope that this live blessed you. I hope that, you got some, you learned some things. And again, I feel like, the Holy Spirit was definitely here tonight, you guys. I truly, again, appreciate you guys for taking some time. You could be in any other person's live, and any of this blessed me. Oh, listen, when I tell you I appreciate it, blessings. Yes, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Good night, woman of God. Thank you so much. Good night. And again, y'all could have been in any other live, but again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope that blessed you. Again, I pray prosperity over each and every one of us in 2026. It may be hard right now, you guys, when it comes down to your finances, but know that we serve an awesome God, and we just have to be obedient sometimes. You know what I mean? So again, I want you guys to remember, I want you to budget with faith and prosper with grace. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? See you later. Have a good night.